We could also do king d8, king c7 kind of maneuver. Just a totally crazy idea for me, which is g5. I think that would just serve to weaken my position. Um, yeah, I mean, if I do g5, I think you just exploit it by later, like playing queen d1 and queen h5. I could play h5, but I think I'm weakening myself. I need to develop here. We could take on d4. It doesn't seem to help me. It undoubles the pawns, so knight to e7, f4, looking unpleasant for me. I'm looking at like knight e7, f4, knight c6, f takes e5, f takes e5. He opens the f file. It's not really clear that he can do anything with it. Then d5, and my knight is in a bad way. So it's looking kind of unpleasant for me. This f4 is going to be hard to meet. If I castle, I'm not sure what I'm doing here. We just have to try to hold the position together. Maybe like knight e7, f4, knight c6, f takes e5, f takes e5, d5, knight d8, which looks really hairy. He has knight back to f3 there. I don't know if he can do that actually. Let's do it. We've got to develop our pieces. We know what he's gonna do. Is there any sense in giving up the center a little bit here, playing like d takes e? I mean, e takes d, c takes d, knight to c6. I don't think so. That looks bad. So the only plan really is, you know, continuing thematically, trying to put pressure on his center, and praying that he doesn't have some kind of crushing breakthrough on the f file. So I was thinking knight d8 with the idea of knight f7. Because knight e7 just looks... Knight e7 doesn't really look good. Knight f7 is a good square, where I keep him off of g5. I can even castle kingside after knight f7. I mean, that's the ultimate like solution here for me. To actually be able to castle and nullify the danger along the f file. You know, maybe he can play... What's he going to play here? King h4 and king h2 and bishop h3. So he's going for this. But the first thing I could do is play rook f8. Rook takes f8, king takes f8. But I think it's more logical to play knight f7 and castle. Castle kingside. This wasn't our original plan. But it's not forced to castle kingside. I can play rook f8, and then he has bishop h6, so it is forced to castle kingside. Okay. Now we just hope that he doesn't have any kind of knockout, but it doesn't look like he has anything, does it? If h4, a little scary, queen e7. If h4, queen e7, sorry about that. So welcome anyone to the channel, or everyone. h4, well, we're even predict the move. So, well, it's hard to really think of another idea for the guy here. He's starting a two-move concept of, not to mention h5 as a possibility, or knight g5, and knight f3, knight g5, but mainly he wants to play like king h2 and bishop h3. So I'd like to be able to play myself with rook e8, king h2, bishop c8, bishop h3, queen e7. I mean, if I omit the rook move, I think I'm going to be in trouble. So we have to make the rook move. He makes the predictable move. Now, I can do either queen e7 or bishop c8. Bishop c8 is better, what I'm thinking about. Stops bishop h3. Okay. We're still a little tied up. You know, I'm not really in love with the concept of knight h8. I can play knight d8, however. I can always play knight d8. The other knight is just hanging out on a5, keeping him tied down to the c4 pawn. Queen d3, what is he doing? He's freeing his knight to be able to play knight f3, I guess. So, what do I do? You know, do I think about trading all the rooks if I can? But it's not that easy because if I... Well, queen e7 was a plan, was an original plan. Not that easy, though. Should I try to trade one rook? Would it be a good idea to maybe trade one rook before it's too late? Before something bad happens? Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Not sure I have any other plans. But I do. You know, I could play bishop a6. That's not good. Queen a4. Queen a4, hitting the pawn, tying down to c4. Queen a4 is interesting. Not sure what he does after that. It looks kind of interesting. Queen e2. Can he get in at me somehow after queen a4? Can he break through in any way? My other option is to play like knight 8, knight d8 or something and try to trade the rooks. But if knight d8, bishop h6, no, that's okay for me, I guess. Knight d8 looks actually like knight f3 is going to become... Alright, so we're going to go with queen a4. We're a little bit abandoning the protection of my king side, but I think it's okay. We could do a double sacrifice and then like bring his queen down. We got to do something. We're going to lose on time. The guy's so fast, it's unbelievable. It's like he doesn't even think about his moves. It's kind of weird, you know. What am I thinking about so long? That he doesn't need to think at all. We could improve our position with something like bishop g4, maybe. Rook f6. What is he doing? What does rook f6 do? He wants to triple on the file. Yeah, that's pretty nasty. Maybe I'm lost here. It's gonna get kind of ugly, I think. I'm gonna have to bring my queen back. Play bishop g4. Bring my queen back to d7. This stops queen e2, though. That's huge. Bishop g4 stops queen e2. It doesn't stop queen f1. I have queen d1 now, which is super weird. But it seems logical, doesn't it? Queen d1, stopping queen f1, stopping him from tripling. He's got this insane time advantage. He trades queens. He traded queens. Whoa. That doesn't seem right. So he's relying on just winning on time? But I think I'm okay now. Bishop there. Do I trade? Yeah, heck yeah. Even if it's a bad bishop, I don't care. I'm happy to be alive here. Right? Knight d8. He thinks he's going to win on time or something. I don't know. Okay. Knight f7. We play like h5. Put a knight on a5. Wow. No. I don't know about this. This is getting kind of weird. Maybe I should have just taken it, but it's okay. Knight a5. I only have 41 seconds left. We got an advantage now. I have to play king h7 or king g7 before playing knight h6. Just dropping a pawn. Okay, so we're winning here. I'm like trying to walk into a loss with this move. I guess I should like play rook b8. I just panicked with g4, a5, I guess. 28 seconds left. Bring my king to the center. Yeah. Knight d8. Ah, boy. He's going to take on a5. We're going to play rook a5. He's going to take on b6. Take on a4. We're going to lose on time, folks. That's the way it is. Nothing else we can do. That's life. We had the moral victory of having a winning position, defending a bad position. 11 seconds. I'm never going to make a draw here. Actually getting mated. Almost getting mated. I am probably losing now. Bishop h6. Alright guys, too fast for me. Too fast. Alright, good game, man. So, take a 5-minute break, and but I think this was a moral victory. We lost, but this guy showed nothing but time. But I'm not happy with the way that opening went. Again, I think we need to improve. White had a solid advantage after 11 moves, and then he didn't play the best. So we still need to improve and take a deeper look at this. Alright, we're going to take a 5-minute break and be right back with another hour and a half of live chess commentary.